Guys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Jourdan and Matthew. We are here with our guest today, the owner of Direct Auto, Mr. Michael West. Everyone give a big round of applause.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Michael?
Not too much.
So,
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, man, it's been and we've been talking about having you on for a while now. Glad
No,
you
I
came.
do. I've been wanting to come for a while. You know, stay busy, so whenever I can get out and come hang out, it's a good thing.
it's a rare occasion. Well,
Yeah.
we're glad we got you.
Yeah, absolutely. I was supposed to be at home tonight, so
Oh, well, good. No, we're in trouble now.
I
are you in
stay
trou-
in trouble, bro. I stay in trouble.
Oh,
Just as long as you know that he's here and we're doing some very important
Yeah,
conversations.
listen, hey, it's
we're inspiring people.
yeah, it's June 2nd at 7. What was that? 27?
Yeah,
Okay, we're good.
Yep,
Yeah.
727.
Yeah.
So anyway, Michael, tell us about Direct Auto and where your location's at and what you guys do, and then we're going to go into some deeper questions on top of that. But,
I got you. So, got 2 locations. I had 3 at one time. We've had several different locations, but finally got settled down and about to open a 3rd one. So, buying the property in a couple weeks.
Right on.
So, got 2 locations, one in D'Iberville and one in Ocean Springs, right off the Interstate Exit 50. And we do a lot of, I don't know if you're familiar, but like special financing, subprime credit, no less than perfect credit. We do about 100 cars, sell about 100 cars a month, keep about 150 to 200 in stock. Just depends on whether the COVID is in town or not.
That's right.
So,
But that's big numbers right there. I know I've dealt with some smaller car lots in my profession, and none of them get that big. So kudos right off the bat there.
no,
think
I appreciate that,
yeah.
man. Work real hard, 70, 80, 90 hours a week for the past 10 years. I'll do that.
That's the grind.
No, that's right, dude. That's all I do. All I do is work. And like I said, this is the only thing I think I've done that's been social in the past 4 or 5, maybe 10 years, other than me and Marla going out or something.
There you go.
and I'll. He's a close friend of mine, so I can actually say that's true.
No,
Yeah.
like I said, I felt guilty. It was like 5:40, and I had to get Ace to the house,
Oh,
and make it over here in enough time. And I always like to be punctual, so I left at 5:40, and I felt so guilty. Everybody's still there, and I'm leaving.
It's
So
when I think Mike West, or Michael West, this is a perfect example. He has goals in life, and it's 24/7.
Goal oriented.
As long as
No,
he can
that's it.
sleep and get rest, he just needs rest, and then right when he's up, boom, back again, and it's 7 days a week. I mean, he'll call me on Sunday night, so it doesn't matter. And this is a true person who really works towards their goals. I think 100 cars in a used car dealership is a lot.
no, yeah. When I first got there, we sold 6
Yeah,
Right.
a
That's
month.
huge.
You know what I'm saying? And they were $1,500 a piece is what we paid for them. So now they average 15,000 a piece.
Right on.
I mean, you had a
So-
Tesla.
I did.
I should have drove it. I should have test drove
oh
it.
man, you
I
should
told
have
you to
test
come drive
drove
it.
I
Dude,
know.
everybody called me and said, "Hey, why didn't you let me drive?" And I was like, "Well, you got to tell me. I
Yeah.
dropped it off at your house." So that's the only reason I bought it, because it come through and I was like, "I want one."
Right.
Elon Musk is I'm a huge fan.
Oh man.
Huge fan.
Did you see the Jay Leno tunnel thing with the Cybertruck?
No,
It just appeared on it was on YouTube. Jay Leno, the Cybertruck they revealed.
Yeah.
He took it down. He took it in their 1 mile Tesla tunnel, and drove it. Yeah,
I got a deposit on one, man. Even though I don't want it, I put a deposit on
I
it.
got a couple customers that have them. They're
Yeah.
nice. They're super nice.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the Cybertruck itself.
Oh, the Cybertruck.
yeah.
Okay.
They put it out there to see how many you could sell, like pre-sale.
Right.
So I put a deposit on one just to see
what
whenever it's available.
What got you to buy a red Gorilla? Since we're on the topic right now,
Dude, the Gorilla.
Yeah.
So what we were doing, I just wanted to shoot some new commercials. My stepdad had talked me into doing it, And I was like, well, I guess I will. So I want to do something kind of out of the box, So I've been looking to get people's attention. They had these, gorillas are pretty synonymous in the car business or any kind of business that's trying, like fireworks. You see big gorilla fireworks. I think they copy me, but anyways. So I said, dude, what's going to draw some attention, right? A 20-foot gorilla. So I bought one, shot a commercial, and dude, the first commercial that I shot, it's probably, so I was in a dog suit, and I'd been watching this commercial on YouTube, was the Badger, right? So tired of being badgered, come to Johnson Kia in North Carolina, right? So I said, I got to have some kind of, persona, and it was the credit hound, right? people tired of people hounding you about your credit.
Yeah.
Come to it was Casino Motors at the time. It wasn't Direct Auto. We changed in 2015. I kind of get into that a little bit, but so I always like to make people laugh, man. I think that's kind of the icebreaker, you know. I like to laugh. I like to have a great time. You know, most people don't like to. Some people don't like to have a good time, but I like to have a good time.
Screw those people.
No, that's right. Even at other people's expense. So, anyways, so I'm talking to the crew that's doing the video. I mean, the commercial and stuff. I said, dude, how funny would it be? Because my catch line was, you can't miss us because we got a 20-foot gorilla, and it kind of panned up to the gorilla. I said, how funny would it be if the credit hound was humping the gorilla's leg? Dude,
Funny.
so I thought it was hilarious. Somebody didn't, and they called WLOX. Like when it aired, it was like, hey, dude, you got to take that. It wasn't even WLOX. It was Cable One that I'd shot it with. So we shot an alternate inning, you know, just with the gorilla up there. It didn't even last like a week. My banker was like, what are you doing, man? My kid watched that. I said, do you cuss around your daughter? And he was like, well, yeah. I said, dude, don't start that with me. You know?
Plus, it's not like it was visually, I mean, anything more than two pieces of
Oh, it was like
inflatable
2
material,
seconds.
yeah,
Yeah.
next to each other.
I think he's pretty good at doing accents, like different people's voices. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Maybe you should get on the cartoon.
Was it like redneck and then a little more redneck?
How'd you like the guy, your banker? The banker thing was amazing.
My girlfriend does it. Every time she goes to like talk about me or cite me, it's like, "You then you come in here like this." So I'm like, yeah, that's how I sound.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Everybody makes fun of my accent, right? I guess because I have an accent, I don't really know that I do.
I mean, we're from Mississippi, so it's hard for us to hear it. But you leave Mississippi
Without
and all
your,
of a sudden-
I could not see you without the accent, though. I really couldn't. It'd be weird.
I tried, you know, but I don't even know that I have one. So everybody's like, yeah, right. And I'm like, is that how I really sound? That's terrible. So, but anyways,
So where are you from, Michael?
George County.
George County.
Yeah, Lucedale, Mississippi. Born and raised.
So whenever you first got into the car industry, was it there or was it later in life? Or take us how you got involved? And
I was actually working construction, and my stepdad had a partner that he was doing business with, and they kind of separated and been separated for maybe like a year and a half. And he had asked me one time, and I was kind of, I don't know if I want to get into the car business, you know, and because I was doing construction and making good money doing it, you know, boiler making, welding, stuff like that. So, and I finally said, yep, I'll do it, you know. He kind of said, hey, I want to just kind of turn this over to you one day. He had it open for about 5 years. It was originally Casino Motors. And so I said, yeah, I'll do it. So first day I get in there, I sell a car. It's a 1997 Mercury Sable. So, yeah, it was good stuff. $2,700.
it's crazy how you remember the details of your
I can
first
still
one.
remember the lady's name.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's bought 3 or 4 vehicles since then. So,
See, repeat customer.
yeah,
That's
it was
good.
first day, June 18th, 2005. So it's only a couple weeks down the road, you know, 15th anniversary.
Wow.
So she had won a jackpot at the casino. I saw it was $2,740, I think. 1997 Mercury Sable, like 130,000 miles on it.
Nice car.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It was good.
So you sold it, and then you said, I'm hooked, right?
No,
Or-
not really.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I know it never works out like that.
No, not really. So I just kind of worked at it, and just kind of give you a little bit of story, kind of timeline of things, that how things transpired is kind of real rough. So I'm learning how to sell cars. I'm learning how to do financing, things like that. And a lot of what we do is called, I mean, back then was called buy here, pay here. That was the main function of the car lot. And buy here, pay here, for those that don't know what that is you customer comes in and wants to just finance it in-house with you. We front the money, we finance it with the customer, and the customer pays us from then on out. They don't pay a bank, you know, they don't pay cash. I mean, they pay cash maybe for the payment, but, you know, they pay over amount of time, and they pay us back with generally a higher than normal interest rate.
Right.
So we done that, and they had about 75 people that were paying them, you know, and 75 people is about $20-something thousand a month, and you got cars on the street, and you got to collect, you got to repo. So I'm learning how to sell, I'm learning how to collect, I'm learning how to repossess, I'm learning how to clean cars, I'm learning how to buy cars, do everything, you know. And generally, all those jobs are done by different people in a business, right? But we were so small, I just try to do everything. So we did that until, what day was Katrina? The 28th or 27th or 28th, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever day it was. We had about 75 people that were paying us, and I just sold a couple, you know, and Katrina comes through and takes 72 of the 75 that we had paying us, right? Had nobody had insurance, right?
Right.
Because other cars are $1,500, $2,000, right?
Yeah. They probably didn't even have liability on them.
Oh, I want them. Yeah, no, they didn't. If they did, you know, hey, that's a state requirement, not ours, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
because, hell, I'd want, instead of you paying $150 for your insurance, just go ahead and pay me $300 for the car, right? So I'd rather like to get my
Take
money.
your money first.
That's right. And if it totaled out or whatever, we just wrote it off, you know, or we just, you know, went to small claims court and got our money back for them not carrying insurance.
Did you have GPSs back then?
They had what they call a pastime. And it was like a little device. It was a starter interrupter, and they had a keypad. It was almost like it's almost like this. Almost like this little control here, and it had just numbers on it. And whenever they made their payment, they got the computer system generated a code, right?
So
And
they
they
had
had
to put the code in.
yeah, they had to put the code in, you know, and it'd go dang dang, you know, and everybody was super embarrassed of it, and I would be too, you know, if you were at church or something and it wouldn't start and it kept blah blah blah, whatever it does, and I wouldn't let you start it, so they'd have to call and get a code for a couple days and whatnot, but it was good stuff.
And the progression from that has gone to what now? What are some of the mechanisms that you guys use or keep in place?
Well, to be honest with you, the because of Katrina, we got out of the buy here, pay here business because you have to actually have money to do buy here, pay here because you're actually
the finance or
Fronting the.
yeah you're fronting the money, right? So it's, for example, if you had
That's a lot of money.
that's right. If you had $5,000 cars and you sell 20 of them, you're out $100,000 until they pay you back, right? And generally, the time frame is somewhere between 13 and 15 months that you want to be out of the car after they're making payments, right? So what I got into, well, got to give you a backstory, is we had 12 foot of water in the business, lost every car on the lot, had zero insurance, lost 72 of the customers that were paying us. Yeah, 5 people died. Matter of fact, one of my customers died, I mean, in a house that collapsed on them, right?
Wow.
Good people, too. So we had no money. I think we had a $20,000 or $25,000 line of credit with a company called MAFS, which is it was Mannheim with their big auto auctions, you know, just a little line of credit. And that's all the money we had. Had 4 foot of water in the house. Nobody gave us any money. So me and my stepdad broke as, I mean, I'm really broke and he's really broke, you know. So I started learning how to, if we don't have any money, how do we do business, right?
Right.
So learn how to do finance and get banks and have the banks pay me at the time of the sale. So I started focusing on that, and we actually, my stepdad, all he knew was the buy here, pay here business, so he'd want to do buy here, pay here. We had $0 in the bank. Like, it's always in the red, right? This was then. So we were broke as can be. Our bank account's always in the red. We're always robbing Peter to pay Paul, you know. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get out of this instead of put us far. If we keep doing buy here, pay here, we keep going further in the red because we don't have the money, right? I mean, we borrowed money from some local businessmen, and y'all probably know I'm not going to name any names, and we paid them back 28% interest,
Right.
25% interest. I think the last loan we did was like $100,000 or something like that for $150,000 for 21%.
That's ridiculous, especially for a business.
No, it's right. But we made every single payment, right? We did exactly what we're supposed to do. We luckily got some more floor plans, lines of credit. I know people's not familiar with floor plan, but a floor plan is when a company gives you somewhat of a line of credit to buy and sell cars, right? It's like an inventory payment. So I learned how to, instead of taking our money and we'd go buy a car, right, and use the floor plan money to buy the car with. And you have curtailments and fees and interest and everything, and it comes out, back then, was probably 25-30% after fees and everything, especially when you're buying a $5,000 car, you know.
Right.
So, and then once you paid it, I mean, once you sold it, you have to pay it off. If you don't pay it off, you're out of trust, right?
Yeah.
And they'll come take everything off your lot, take your TVs out of your house. You sign all this paperwork, and they just come get it all, right, for just selling one car and if you don't pay it off. So
It's hard to have any longevity doing business like that.
it's tough, man. Somebody would come in, man, and buy a car that was a repossession, you know, and I'd get $10,000 out of it, and I'd immediately take it and put it in the bank.
It's a God thing.
No, I mean, I'm not like super spiritual, But if I had to say yes, it would be.
Yeah. No, I mean, my life comes and goes like that all the time, and I'm just like stand back and look.
I'm with you on that too.
Man,
Yeah, I mean, I got chill bumps thinking about it.
It's
You know,
crazy, you know, whenever you need it, how it comes up. But take us to what brought you out of that mindset. What prepared you for the growth that you guys made? I mean, certainly we wouldn't be where we are today if that's the same business.
No, that's right, dude. I've always been a hustler. Like, I didn't got to sleep. I ain't got to eat. Whatever it takes, you know. I'm going to do whatever I can. I didn't get paid for 8 months, right? It's not really, money's not a real thing for me, you know. So it was whatever it takes to get to the top. If I got to hold my checks, I held my checks. I made like the money that I made, like that we wrote out in a check was super small, you know. Most people,
Right.
my salesmen now make
More money than you did.
Oh, dude, it's not even close. My first 6 months in the business, I didn't even get to cash my check, but I made $6,000.
Right.
Right? That's uncashed checks that I got a W-2 for $6,000 and had $6,000 in checks in my pocket. You know, or less than that because that's total wages.
Right.
I had taxable
But you
wages.
did what you had to do to make it work.
No, that's what we do. I think that's what it's about, right?
Yep.
You know, starve to death until it comes through. And dude, I mean, we did that, and me and my stepdad, I mean, I was young at the time, I was 20 years old, you know, so we butted heads a lot, you know, and you do those things, but we got a really, really good relationship now. He's taught me a lot of stuff, so, and he was in the casino business before, hence the name Casino Motors. He was in the casino business for 30 years. You know, he didn't know nothing about the car business, you know. Him and his partner kind of got together and said, hey, let's do this thing. Let's get out of the casino business. They didn't know it was a terrible idea, but so anyways, so just hustling, man. I mean, just nonstop, doing what you got to do every single week. And I probably wasn't. I try to tell people that, you know, you got to condition yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't.
It's just like going to the gym.
That's right.
You're never going to be able to lift what you want to lift unless you condition
That's right.
yourself.
So I would work, you know, 5-6 days a week, and I would want to go do something else on the weekend, right? Had a girlfriend or a fiance at the time, and I want to hang out with them. And it really didn't change for me until when I learned how to talk to customers, right? And I'm telling you, it almost seemed like every single day we were going to bounce a check there for a long time. And then it was every single week. And then it went to every single month. There was like once a month we was about to bounce a check, then go once every 6 months, and then once a year, right? And that lasted for about 6 years, man. I'll give you a good little story that kind of, you know, they like to kick you when you're down. I had found out how to do financing, and I had found a company, I can probably say its name, Western Funding. And what they would do is when you sold a car, they would give you 50 to 55% of the principal amount. So if I sold a car for $10,000 and that was the amount financed, they would give me $5,000 to $5,500, and they would pay me as the payments come in on the other. So I really either almost lost a little money or broke even, and then I got paid as the payments come in, right?
Right.
So we had about 300 cars, 343, I think, that I had sold through them, and I didn't know anything different, right? I didn't know you could go get other banks. I'm new to this, right? I'm probably 23 maybe at the time, 23, 24. I have to look up and see. But anyways, so we started getting our first big checks, right? Because it has to accumulate. So it have what's called an advance. That $5,000, the customer actually has to pay back, and they take a percentage of that and pay it back towards your pool, right? So after a while, the customer's payment pays back the advance that they gave me, and they start giving me more money.
Right.
So my first check was like $200. I was like, hey, yeah, this is good, you know, it's great. So my next check's $900. Next check's like
Better and better.
no, that's right, $3,000, right? Next check's $5,000. Next check's almost $10,000, dude.
What?
Dude, I got to pack it in the next month, and it's like this big, right? It's probably about this thick, you know, about an inch thick. I'm like, this has got to be $100,000, you know. At minimum, is bankruptcy papers. They filed bankruptcy.
Oh.
So it was,
Cutting them sweet deals.
that's right. So they filed bankruptcy, and
What?
we never received a check from them again, you know. And that we had 300 and something cars that we had sold through them.
Yeah, ouch. Lesson learned. Hard lesson learned.
Oh, it's probably $500,000 that they had to pay me over a period of time. And I put all that time, those 3 years into that. And it was just like, you ain't getting it no more, you know? But my mentality was, dude, I only got like 4 payments out of it anyway. I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Right.
All we got to do is start over again.
Yeah. Go find another financing company.
That's right. So that's what I did. And that's what I've done ever since. That's my, I mean, I don't want to give out my secret.
No, don't do it.
Yeah,
No,
don't do it.
no.
Ain't gonna let
No,
that
to
go
be
down.
honest with you, I really don't care because the only secret is working hard,
Hard
right?
work.
Yeah, the banks
Can't
are
hide
out there.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right. The banks are out there for everybody else. You know,
Well, we do it in the insurance industry. You know, anytime we use a non-admitted carrier, which is kind of like a Lloyd's slip, I think a lot of people don't understand Lloyd's of London.
Yeah.
But they require payment in full right then and there.
Yeah.
And we have to go outsource a premium finance company that essentially does the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they come in, they pay the full amount of the premium, and they turn around and they bill it back to the customer.
That's right.
At a higher interest rate.
Sure.
You know, but the more premium finance companies that we're in partnership with, the more we can negotiate interest rates, the more, I guess, back end deals that they give us as far as dividends and profit sharing. Or company trips, I think, is something that we look forward to with some of our premium finance companies.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so look, there you go.
So they're always quick to offer the financing, you know, at 19%.
There's some backdoor dealings that go down.
Ah,
with
that's
those.
right.
They want your business, man. The more you know, direct autos that they have. Imagine, just like you said, the more cars that you were selling, the bigger the checks that were coming back in.
Sure.
So they want to diversify their risk as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so look into it and ask. Hey,
No, I
asking
know, but-
doesn't get you anything.
No, that's
other
right.
than-
See, I'm learning.
He's gonna do it first thing in the morning. First
If
thing
you
in the
get any
morning.
good trips, you remember like me
No,
and
that's
Jordan
right.
Matthew are going to go on.
No, that's right.
Is-
My insurance guy, I'm calling him in the morning.
Is Michael West about to call right now?
No, I want to.
Yeah.
He knows I will.
Well, that's just, I mean, ask what they can do. I mean, at some point, whenever we come in and somebody new
Yeah.
comes in and we really want that business, we can knock their interest rate down just by being the consumer right here.
And to be honest with you, dude, I don't mind people making money. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it's
don't
all
either,
about.
'cause they're
Dude,
hardworking
if
too.
Our insurance policy is $40,000 a year or something like that, maybe more. But it was going to be much higher than that. I kind of had
Yeah,
to get that down.
But that's whenever you come in and you sit down and you look at what you got and what you need. That's the biggest thing. People don't realize what they have
To be
and what
honest
they
with you,
need.
I got my insurance license, right? I was telling you that earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. You know?
I got mine. I've been selling it for 9 years. I don't know anything about it. Like I say, I learn something new every day.
That's right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
No, ain't no doubt.
That's any business. I mean, you can't tell me
Give
that
me,
in the
get
past
you more ice and water.
I'm good, brother. I'm just going to chew on this ice.
But in the past few years, you learn something new every day. You walk away and be like, man, I've been doing this for a long time, and I just learned that.
9 years selling insurance. I still don't know what I'm
I
doing.
mean, it's ever changing.
That's gonna be on a shirt.
Yeah, do it.
It has to be a shirt.
They come in with the cyber liability. That was something new. They were there.
Yeah.
Like, cyber push is big, and I'm like, okay, well, great. We got to learn about that. And then
Yeah.
When drones first started piling off, that was my very first insurance claim I ever had to deal with was a drone incident, and they didn't have it written into any policies. So they were like, well, we can't exclude it, but we can't include it. And I'm like, well, you better include it if you can't exclude it. Then they came back and rewrote it and put it on its own.
Insurance plan, huh?
Yeah, it's on its own policy. It's kind of like it's an airplane policy, essentially.
Really?
An aircraft policy for any drones. But it uses all the terminology and wording that you would see in a regular airplane policy. And it's applied to a piece of plastic that's this big. But they had to do that, and it's constantly rewriting. And as something new comes up, that's how it's going to go down.
I think you got to go through like a flight school to fly a
Yeah,
drone
you do now.
over a certain size.
To get the insurance. You can't
yeah.
get it because you could go get a
Well,
private one.
It's
but
going to make sense. I mean, because of the fact that, I have a drone and we'll do family stuff with it. And, I'm not in my photography or film. It's me that, when I do work and I create, I'm not a big fan of using drones. So
Yeah.
I kind of find myself, because the thing does like 40 miles an hour, it's in the air. And you seen it when we did fireworks at your
Oh,
house.
ain't no doubt.
We did Mike always invites me to do family stuff like 4th of July. You need to go to his property and
Oh yeah, dude. We go do a big
yeah.
fireworks thing.
what do you spend on fireworks?
Like $5,000.
Yeah,
just $5,000.
and it's just family.
That's like a whole.
but it's just family. We just
It's worth every penny.
and
Oh,
it is.
absolutely.
And I was like, Mike, it's getting nighttime. We're about to do this, and I still have the footage, and it's sick. But Mike's like, yeah, let's get the drone up. So I got the drone up, and it just hovers. But man, that thing came down, and Mike found it complete pitch black, and it fell.
He's scared of the dark.
How many? How
dude.
high you think it was? How high?
Dude, it had to be 150 foot or
And
something.
it just
like
went. That firework went off and threw the sensors off.
Jacked it up.
And imagine if somebody was right down below.
I don't know how we found it.
Well, that was similar to my first claim. They were sitting on the back of a boat. It was during the Mississippi Billfish Classic, and the kid had bumped a button on it or hit a button, and it was sitting on the deck of the boat, and it just whoop, flew up and hit some girl in the face.
Hurt her?
I think it was like 50-something stitches. she
Oh
had to have.
no!
Oh yeah, I mean they're metal blades.
Wow.
And imagine from it going parked to right there.
Yeah, in your face.
So
I've
it's-
had 150 stitches in my face. I know how it is.
So, that's a crazy story.
Man, I've got plenty of crazy stories.
We need to do guys. We need to do an insurance series. Like we just need to hear about certain
Nothing but
insurance.
claims. I've got
Yeah.
some claims for days. That's one thing about
Dude.
me. You answer the phone, it's like you deal with one person's problem. You answer the phone, and it could be it's a similar problem, but applies completely different to a different scenario.
But the good,
about putting out
the good
fires.
thing now though with I got one of them monopod sticks. I just bring it up high. I got my drone, but because the things when it goes, and I know that every year they get better. Every year, every day, it advances. You see these new drones get faster. You know that the drone I have is that Mavic Air,
Yeah.
and it runs off my cell phone, and it's like when you put it in speed mode, and it's got metal blades coming.
Have you ever seen the drone racing? I've
Oh,
seen it on
yeah.
ESPN where
Yeah.
they're flying them through all the obstacle courses. And
Yeah,
stuff.
buddy Matt does that. And he kind of puts his
3D goggles on.
3D goggles and just,
Who does that?
yeah, Matt. You know Matt.
But in order to monetize it, you do have to go and get, I guess, licensed as a drone pilot. You can't
Yeah, I think
charge.
so.
You can't charge for any of your services. I don't think
You can't even. But even if you have that license, like we got to keep in mind, we live by Air Force Base, and there is a certain rule. Like,
Can't go over so many feet or something
yeah,
like
you
that.
get. I mean, it's strict. You know, by the bases, military
Yeah.
bases. I mean, it's strict. So yeah, it's a gray area. Like I can. It's your property. Like your campground, water park, whatever you have. That
Yeah.
it's your property. So yeah, I
do whatever
mean,
you want.
yeah, I can go fly it because it's yours.
Yeah.
I get your permission to do.
all the way through the ground, all the way through the sky.
Yeah.
So do whatever I want to with
So
it.
where's your farm at? It sounds like it's getting cooler and cooler. He said it was a
Oh, it's got
farm,
cabins and everything.
now it's
I'm
a
telling you,
campground. and-
It's like Heavyweights, the movie.
okay. So
Yeah,
is it in Loosedale?
No, it's in Van Cleve.
Van
It's
Cleve.
I don't know if you ever heard of White Sands. It used to be Bluff Creek Water Park.
Okay, I do know where Bluff Creek is.
So-
it's Rod Fuller's back there.
Yeah, so I bought. I went in with a partner and bought it, and then buying him out. 75 acres, right on off
Heck
57. So beautiful place.
Yeah.
Like probably the nicest property in Jackson County. And I just kind of have it. If you want to go out there and bring your family, I let people go out there. And I've been having a tough time with people pulling up. I got a huge sandbar, so I have a tough time with people, getting up and trashing it. Yeah, dude, it's been bad here lately. I finally put some signs up because I got
That's the
tired.
only thing you can do.
Oh, that's right. So
We do. So we like, I consider Mike family. So we do like family outings there, and that's perfect for the kids. Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
it's a blast.
you know what I love about it? That bridge. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, so it's like three parts to it. So, there's two roads you can get in, one on the north side, one on the west side. So, but there's a bridge that connects the south side to the north side. So,
What are you? Let's see. When I was there, like, what was that place before you bought it?
it was just a little RV park. I think they had like 17 spots, and they allowed people to go out there, and hang out during the summertime. $5 to get in for $5 a truckload.
Yeah, like Martin's Lake.
Yeah, I guess probably something like that.
Similar.
I love that piece of property. I
Now,
need to go.
do you rent it out? Do you have people come out there? No, it's completely
No,
off limits.
listen, I would rather just, because the money that it's going to bring in for me is nothing going to be substantial, right?
No,
To
we're going
change-
to
it's
cover
not
your
life
insurance
changing.
policy.
That's right. I'm not the person that goes, hey, I got to have $1 for everything I have,
Right.
No, I'd rather Jordan go out there, you go
enjoy
out
it.
there. Yeah, enjoy it, man.
And
That's worth
keep it
more
clean.
than money.
He's just very particular. Keep it clean.
Yeah,
Enjoy
that's
it,
everything. Man.
But pick up your trash.
That's right.
Because he's going to go behind. You go
Well-
by. They've been trashing that place, and I feel kind of bad because they'll get in and if they now he's been it's private now because he goes and we're talking he doesn't drink, so he goes and picks up beer cans, and that I'm pretty sure. I mean, it takes him a couple hours to do that, and it's time wasted for him.
yeah, no doubt.
That's right. I go out there just
Just be
to check.
cussing the whole time.
No, it makes me mad. I'm just like, hey, there's not young people, right? Because they have boats.
Right.
These are not teenagers. These are grown. These are adults coming out there getting drunk. And I don't drink. That doesn't mean it's not people. You're not allowed to, right?
Right.
Hey, everybody have fun. Just don't bring any glass bottles and bust them so somebody cuts their foot.
But you also don't want to be picking up after everybody.
No, dude. And dude, that's why I put a trash can not even like 20, 30 yards away, right? I mean, just pick up walking through the sand and drop it off. I'll actually pick up the trash and take it up to I don't mind doing that, right? And that's at my expense, right?
Yeah, but they won't even do that.
You got to do a couple more though. I seen the Walt Disney documentary, and he had like for that Disney park.
With all
like
the trash cans,
there was like a
people were
trash
just throwing it to the floor next to the trash
people,
cans.
So when he did it, he like designed like a trash. I forgot how many feet, but he has. If you go to any of their properties, he made them cool too, you know. But he had a trash can. Everywhere you look, there's a trash can, and he did it to the whole park, and it kept the park, you know, staying clean because he would do, you know, and he learned that. But it's like there's so many trash cans at that park.
Oh, dude,
It's
even at the car lot, man, I can go into the bathroom. There's a trash can, and there's trash all around it. I can't figure it out. You know?
Human nature, man.
That's right. If I see a piece of trash, like if I'm walking through the parking lot, no matter where I'm at, I'm picking it up, and I'm going to take it and throw it away. If I see a buggy in the parking lot at Walmart.
I do it too.
Yeah, just take and push it back. You know, it doesn't take 2 seconds.
When I do it with my shoulders puffed out and my chest out, and make sure other people see me do it. So I'm like set the precedent here. Like, you're watching me do this, and it's not mine, but I want to see you watch me do this in hopes that it inspires you to do it next time you're putting your buggy in.
I started a dude thing too. Is when I see somebody have their buggy by their car, and I know they're finished with it, I'll walk up and ask them if I can have it. Like their buggy, I'll just take it from the parking lot. Just
get their COVID right there.
It's gonna drive me crazy. So when I get back, Emily did one night. I think we're in Gulfport, but she watched me do like 4 or 5 shopping carts because it was driving me crazy. Because like here's the truck, not even my truck, and there's shopping carts all around the truck, and it's a new truck, and I'm like, and it's like this close. I'm like, no, it drives me crazy because you know people they'll put shopping carts anywhere.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. I put nothing past people, right?
People, right? Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
Yeah, so.
But that's why we do this show, is to try to motivate and influence in the positive light.
No, that's
and
right.
not harp in on the negative, sad stuff, or at least make the people who aren't
Put your grocery cart up, please.
Throw your trash away.
I don't even know how it got to that level, but it did.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a big inspiration in my life. So, you know, I think what you're gonna learn with Michael West though is the work ethic. And really, you got goals, you can, you know, take your time with them, or you can just go, hey, I'm going to hit that. And his favorite thing to me is like, man, what do you? I'm retiring at 40, and I'll be on how big a boat?
I don't know if retirement is at 40. You know, I'll probably work the rest of my life, but you know, by I'm 40, I better be worth $100 million, and I better have a 201-foot yacht.
201 foot.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's 199.
I'm glad we're friends, so I can come hang out on that back.
199's for poor people.
We're going for the 3 comma club here.
That's right. But that's good goals to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how do you set your goals, Michael? Is it something that you put on a vision board? Is it something that you just
legal paper?
Well, actually, I go and buy these little like $2 notebooks. It's just big enough, you know, just like a small notebook. It's probably about 200 pages, and I write down every single day. I write down. My first page is what I want to focus on. Like this one's health and wealth, right? Because I've had this problem with being dizzy and all this crazy stuff and lack of concentration the past year and a half. So it's been health and wealth. So I wrote down, you know, health and wealth and kind of some things I wanted to focus on. And then every morning I get up, I write down, you know, 4 things, right? 4 things of what I want to do. And the first one, you know, is to get Cohen speaking. And I do, Cohen's my son, if nobody knows. And he's nonverbal autistic. I don't tell a lot of people that, but, you know, because I don't like sympathy. So anyways, I don't want people, I feel bad for me or whatever. I'd rather not even deal with it. Go ahead.
No, that's respectful. Your son, they wish they work really hard.
Yeah.
He's
on the goal book.
It's around the clock. It's
number 1 on the goal book, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and there's probably, I'll write down 3 to 4 things, you know, get him speaking is a very broad subject, right? And then I'll write down like 3 to 4 things that I want to do that day in order to get me to that broad goal, right? The big goal. You know, these are smaller goals. And, you know, I like number 2 is like, it was sell 100 cars a month, and I bypassed that in February. So now it's sell up 150 cars a month. My first one is, you know, if I'm going to sell 150 cars a month, I got to sell 5 a day, right? And I go back and I look and say, if we sold 3 cars that day, right, that means I got to add 2 over the next 20. It's 30-day month over the next 29 days. So I got to really sell 5 point something. So it goes up to 6,
right?
And if it ever gets to a point to where that I have to put 7, 8, whatever. I got to sell that many that day. That's my goal, right? And when I don't really want to leave unless we do that. I'm trying to work every single deal that we can. We get thousands of customers a month, so I'm trying to maximize that and maximize people, right? Because I try to maximize the things I do. And just give you a little insight. Like most people, you have your salesman, right? Then you have a sales manager. Then you have a finance manager. This is the car business.
Right.
You have detail guys. You have shop guys. You have your bookkeeper and, people that do titles. That used to be me and another lady, right? And my stepdad. So, and then you have buyers. So I'd go buy cars. I'd sell cars. I'd finance cars. I'd get the cars. The contracts funded. I would clean cars. I'd fix cars. And I'd sell 30 cars a month by myself, right? So, and most people have a hard time selling 15 cars a month. I guess the average person sells about 12 a month.
So you're doing pretty good numbers alone.
Yeah, by myself. And dude, I made, my salary I was making $30,000 a year. If I was selling 30 cars a month in my dealership right now, I'd make $15,000 to $18,000 a month.
Right.
Right. I was making basically 2 months of that in a whole year. But like I said, just not money motivated, right? It's more or less
learning the business at that point, doing it yourself, figuring it out.
I just really want to be the best at everything that I do. It don't matter. That's just it, dude. I'm not going to be second best to nobody.
Right.
He needs to make us 2 notepads.
Yeah, we need notepads.
Well, you need to do notepads, and then you just, for me and Matt, and you need to write how you do it, like in the notepad for us.
I take a picture of it every day.
No, but
so
I'm saying, like, do it for me and Matt. Like, it'd be cool. We should do this. Like, get Mike to do 2 notepads, and then how he does his journey, like from health, whatever, and we just try like a month of it.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's super hard, right?
But you got to be hard on yourself.
And we got to figure it out.
Oh, dude, I'm the worst.
Figuring out
I'm the worst. And I'm tough on people too, man. I told somebody today when they were asking, because somebody got fired somewhere and they were complaining about it, and they were said, well, do you have to give people a reason why you fire them? I said, no, you don't have to. Mississippi's a right to work state. That's right. But I hardly ever fire people.
And if you do, you want to give them a reason so they get better.
No, I don't. I just don't fire people most of the time, right? Unless you do something absolutely just crazy asinine, right? Because there's something that they could be doing that will fix the problem that we're having, right? All it is changing your mentality, and not necessarily to see the way I see it, because I'm trying to improve you. If we work together, I don't like to say employee or whatever it is, because we really work together. Everybody's a team.
Right.
So if we work together, I'm trying to get you up to where you can feed your family, man.
You're an asset.
No, that's right. I don't. I want you to be an asset to yourself and your family. Right. And if I do that for you, then it's automatically going to be reciprocated to me.
Yeah.
Right? So if I can get you the best person that you possibly could be, then I know then Direct Auto's taken care of.
Yep.
And I know when you go home and you got kids or a wife, you can walk in and they say, hey, Mom, Dad, we can eat tonight, right? Yeah, because I've done the best that I could. I never have to go in and look at my kid and go, hey, dude, I didn't do my best today, right? No, I'm giving it everything. Like I said, I'm getting chill bumps, man, talking about it because I'm so passionate about helping people.
And that's something that the world has let go.
Most
people do not. And whenever there is somebody who does it, you set yourself apart.
That's right. They're setting people up. They're setting their employees up for, you need to hit these quotas, right? And as long as you hit these quotas, you're good. No, my quota for you is, if you don't come in here every single day and do everything you can to help your family and benefit your life, I don't need you.
Right.
Right? I don't need you because it's not about me, it's about you.
Giving your all.
That's right.
And being able to stand behind it.
Is he motivating us right now? Or
I'm
what?
motivated.
I'm motivated.
I feel like I should go
like
jogging
the world
or
right
something.
now.
Dude, I want to, man. So, but anyways, and at nighttime, when I fill out that one side, right, I come back over here and I'm brutally honest with myself. And I write down what I did that day. Did I do this, right?
So you audit it.
I audit myself every single day, right?
And
I don't lie to myself.
Pattern. That's a pattern. You know, we had Sean Amiziel on here, and he said the same thing about meeting his goals and
writes everything
auditing
down.
Yourself coming in, because nobody else is going to give you an excuse or say it's okay. It's all what makes you go to bed at night.
That's right. So if I get up and let's say I wake up a little late, I'm human like anybody else. So if I get up a little late and I step out the door without doing them, it's very rare, probably once every 6 months or something like that. Dude, when I write something down in there, it's you are a lazy bum. You couldn't wake up in enough time, and I write myself a little book, and because I'll go back and read it and say, hey, dude, what were you doing?
Yeah.
You could have just got up earlier. Everything's my fault. from my stepdad taught me that, dude. And that's taught me more than any. I mean, he's basically everything's your fault, Michael. Why is it my fault? Well, they didn't show up like they were supposed to. Well, you should have conveyed it to them in a manner that they
needed to hear it.
That's exactly right. You need to express to them how
Man,
important
I
it
live
was.
my life like that, dude.
No, that's
Really
it.
do.
That's right, dude. Everything's my fault.
Yeah.
So I write myself a nice little, nasty little note there that, hey, you're a lazy bum. You'll never have a 201-foot yacht. You'll never be worth $100 million if you act like you did this morning.
And shame is like the best method of.
For me, man, I guess I just want. I don't know, man. I just want to be the best that I could be every single day
And,
for everybody.
Well, it sounds like you're headed in the right direction.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
We're gonna be wrapping this up. We're gonna have. I want to have him on again.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Now, this is,
if you'll come on again.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And let's get his little legal paper. Let's follow it. Like figure it out. Like let's get him to help us create his pad. We'll follow his steps. We'll do it. Let's say, what do you want to do? A couple weeks, month?
I'm down for a month.
Let's do
I'm
a
down
month, and we'll record it, and we'll give you guys feedback on how he lives his life. And I think no matter what it is, a work ethic. At times I find myself losing that at times, and due to things going on, COVID,
Sure.
things of that nature. Right now for me is want to be around my family.
Yeah.
And I found company before it's rock, just 110 miles an hour.
Sure.
Now I needed that motivation. I think tonight I needed a little kick in the ass.
Yeah.
It's one of the things where the simplest things. I mean, we've talked about this so many times. Me and him spend hours talking to each other. It's all about it's your fault for everything, and just getting up and working hard.
Sure. That's right.
And
But
just
you
keep
being
working.
your own biggest critic
Oh yeah.
only pushes you in the
keep
positive
pushing.
direction.
Yeah, because there's nobody else in this world that believes in himself as much as I believe in myself, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really value things. I value who I am and the things I need to be doing.
That's right.
So
Well, all right, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Jourdan and Matthew. Thanks to special guest Michael West for coming on in.
no, thanks for having me, man.
And stop by Direct Auto. With Direct Auto, what's the website?
It's www.directautoms, like the abbreviation for Mississippi.com.
And phone number?
You can call 855-874-2536.